people.
Exactly.
Jersey transplants.
Woo. Anyway, I am 10 Tampa Bay meteorologist James Gregorio.
And I'm meteorologist Colin Campbell.
And thanks for joining us for Weather Impact Live. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff going on today. First and foremost, we've got a weather impact alert in place for some rain that we so desperately need here in the Bay Area.
I know. It's been since that Sunday that we were working, December 7th. We're also the weekend crew, so you got the weekend people, back at you. Yeah, so the last time, and that was a lot of rain. We had records for
record-breaking rain. Yeah, I think it was Wesley Chapel that was pushing 5 inches worth of rain. So again, computer model guidance did not do great with that. Really kind of overperformed. We weren't thinking we were going to get 5 inches or anywhere near 5 inches.
Yeah.
But we did in really select small areas. So portions of Pasco County did really exceed what we thought. Yeah,
this time of year, the fronts always, the models have a hard time with the fronts because we don't get these fronts to really pass through all the way. Usually they fall apart before getting to our doorstep. So the models for that particular day, December 7th, were like, is this really going to happen? They kept going back and forth on the timing, and which happens, so the models just work off of data that we've had in the past. So when we kind of had an outlier like that, it doesn't really know what to do.
Didn't handle it too well, for sure. So this particular weather impact alert is from 3 o'clock to about 8 o'clock for tomorrow afternoon for the evening rush. We could see, rain heavy at times. We have certainly seen much bigger rain events here in the Bay Area. However, it coincides with the evening rush. So that's why we have that weather impact alert for you in place. You could always download the 10 Tampa Bay app, stay out of harm's way, and of course we will keep you updated from now until then. All right, satellite and radar shot is where we're going to begin, kind of atmospherically, synoptically, if you will. High pressure to the north. We love the big blue H.
Oh yeah, keeps
it's almost
us
nice.
dry.
It's almost as good as the Golden Arches.
Yeah, almost. Yeah,
almost.
Pretty comparable.
Yeah, exactly.
We get happy when we see it. Yeah,
exactly. So you don't get a happy meal with this, but you do have the big blue H.
Yeah.
And of course, that is sinking and settling air. When air sinks and settles, it doesn't form cloudiness. We've had a great run today, but looking outside, the clouds are building and in advance of our next system, which you could see all of that activity in the Gulf of Mexico. A couple areas of low pressure streaming, those clouds out ahead of it. That is going to team up with a front, and that's what we're talking about for the rain for tomorrow.
Yeah. I was saying to everybody earlier, you can kind of see where that trail of clouds hanging out at, where all of that moisture is starting to lift into our atmosphere. That's that front that is setting up and really extends all the way up to the Appalachia, West Virginia. But yeah, the bulk of the rain, really the heart of it, just living in the heart of Texas right now, southeast Texas, and portions of Louisiana. Actually less rain than what they had earlier today. They had Louisiana was really getting a lot.
Pretty good shellacking, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, let's put this into motion here. This is the European computer model. This is for tomorrow at 6 p.m. And according to this, and this is part of what makes our job so difficult, it looks like we're in for a good, solid soaking of rain. But that may not be the case. This is just one particular model. It happens to be a very good one. It happens to usually do very well, but not every model is 100% in every situation. So it looks like all of that rain kind of stays together and doesn't split apart or doesn't fall apart.
Right.
Which it may, because some of the other guidance is hinting at a lot more of this energy going. We see, the problem is we get the tail end of the fronts.
Yeah.
And just the tail that's left. It's like someone shortchanged you on the lobster tail, that you got the lobster tail and sirloin special, but you got this tiny little lobster tail. That's kind of what we get. We get shortchanged on the tail of the front. So as the tail of the front's coming through, there you go. Look what happens, right?
It kind of fizzles away.
Kind of fizzles out. Like there's just not enough energy to sustain it as it's moving through. Unless there are other players either coming out of the Florida Straits, the Caribbean Sea, what have you, feeding out ahead of the front, it's been really difficult to try to concentrate all that moisture and have that front not break apart, or at least the moisture kind of hold up with it.
Yeah. Now on the back side of this front, you're still seeing a little bit of moisture left over.
Yeah, it looks more impressive on the backside almost.
Yeah, but as we play it out, it does start to fall apart as well. And then we have that big H that makes its appearance once again. And on our way to a drier weekend, really will be comfortable.
Yeah.
Cooler morning Saturday, too.
Yeah, high pressure in place. And, of course, we've got the holiday lighted boat parade in Tampa down the Hillsborough River on Saturday,
cool.
starting at 6:15. So that'll be awesome. Weather looks great for that as well. So
you have to check that out because you're on the Tampa side.
I am,
so you can just go ahead and drive over there. It's a 5-minute drive.
If I could find a place to park.
That's true. Maybe take Uber.
Exactly. But yeah, you're right. So it is Saturday evening. I was going to say, when am I working? You'll be working.
I'll be working.
I'll be done.
I know. I work during all the fun stuff.
So yeah, maybe I will check that out. Be super cool.
It's very cool. Yeah. I mean, just from photos alone, so.
It looks awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so we move on. Futurecast here as we head towards your evening drive. 5 o'clock looks fine. You see an uptick in clouds.
Yeah.
But and that's kind of was in the forecast. You see the clouds break up a little bit and then come back into play for tomorrow morning. Some of the cloudiness that stays in place overnight will kind of help keep the heat of the day in. So 6 a.m., it's 65 degrees.
Yeah, kind of works as a nice little blanket for us.
It does. So nice and mild waking up tomorrow morning. So if you're getting up early, getting out, going to the gym, walking the dog, what have you, you don't have to worry about, maybe you throw on at 65 if it's a little Florida chill, a light little sweatshirt or something. I would be fine with that. I know this morning was a little cooler than that when I was going to the gym.
Yeah.
And I was very comfortable getting out of the gym.
The last 2 mornings I had my windows open because it was just so beautiful.
Yeah, I didn't even have to do that. I mean, my air was on, but it was cooler than that. And I turned the fans off.
Yeah.
So I didn't even have to open the windows.
I know.
Yeah, it was fantastic. So as we move in towards tomorrow, you can see that as we head towards tomorrow night, there's that solid shot of rain. But as the models have been indicating, a lot of that's going by to the north.
Yeah.
It's more robust up towards Crystal River and the Nature Coast than it certainly is towards Hillsborough or Pinellas or Sarasota County.
Now, this is our in-house model. This is the graph for anybody watching at home. Earlier, the European, that looks a little bit better, and it performed better as well with the last system. This model with the last system really didn't have the best grip on it, which sometimes happens, so I wouldn't just live by what you're seeing on this picture here. Either way, I would still expect some rain for the evening hours because looking at this, you're probably saying, well, this is a bust, but this is just one model.
Right.
The European looks a little bit better as far as our rain chances.
Exactly. And I do think the trend, and we like to say the trend is your friend, and frequently the case, areas north of, let's say, St. Pete and Tampa tend to be the favored locations for some of the heavier rain.
Yeah.
If you were south of there towards Bradenton, Sarasota, and points to the south, you probably will get a little less rain.
Right.
And that makes sense because the front is more powerful the further north you go.
Yeah.
Right?
It kind of fizzles out.
It kind of fizzles out as it moves south. So, interesting, Friday morning at 2 a.m., this is sort of post-frontal, and you got some stronger storms kind of firing up. Looks like towards Ray J and, in towards northeastern Hillsborough County and perhaps just a little north of maybe Brandon, areas like that, getting into the act as those showers and storms kind of move on through. And then, Friday afternoon, we're good, and then shaping up okay. All right, so how much rainfall are we thinking about? How much rainfall is in the notice the blue coloring? That's more rain further to the north. And again, right, and this is sort of echoing those sediments. More rain further to the north, right? So 0.20 here at Crystal River, and then you head to the south, Sarasota, Venice.
Yeah.
3/100ths of an inch.
Yeah, that's like a little raindrop maybe
Exactly.
on your windshield.
Exactly. Not going to do much for the drought. These aren't even drought denting rains.
Right.
So clear water. What is that? A little over 1/10 of an inch. So not very impressive. So.
But I will say again, with thinking back to that December 7th event, we had significant downpours, and the European was the one, I think the European was the one that was predicting more rainfall, but both models were just completely off as how much rainfall they were expecting. Because listen, if you get a downpour, you're going to get more than a quarter of an inch.
100%.
But that may just be your little section of town, your little world, where down the street, they got nothing.
Perfect example of that. I live on the other side of the Gandy Bridge here in South Tampa from the station. We're actually broadcasting from St. Petersburg. Literally, it rained here at the station. And I am like 5 miles away.
Yeah.
It did not rain at my place at all. So talk about microclimate,
Were you
right?
shaking your fist outside?
I was like, what is this? I got back, I go, wait, those are puddles.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow, it rained here,
Yeah.
but didn't rain there. Anyway.
Poured. Yeah.
Yeah, it poured. Yeah, no doubt. So again, that's why you need us. So you can pick your phone up and you can look on your app and be like, oh, it says it's going to rain. Yeah, okay, it might rain here, it might not rain there, it might rain here, and we're going to tell you all those areas where it will and it won't, and who seems to be the usual suspect and who will likely miss out once again.
And the 10 Tampa Bay app does have a live radar on it. I don't think many people realize that.
Right.
So, you know, it's not just for alerts and it's not just for watching us. It's free. You're losing a little bit of data. You know, how many apps do you have on your phone? But the radar is a very cool tool if you can get the hang of it. And
100%.
You know.
So especially in this environment where there's so many boaters, so many outdoor enthusiasts, the weather's great all year long. Just the fact that you may have, you know, on the app, be able to tell where the rain is and potentially a thunderstorm. So if you're swinging a metal lightning rod, aka a golf club, or anything else, you know, it's great to have.
Fishing rod.
Fishing rod, exactly. I just got my fishing license the other day.
No, there you go. Yeah.
All right, P, I think we're taking a break, right? All right, so we're going to take a quick little break, and after that, we're going to come back. We're going to talk about some weather across the country because it's been nice and tranquil here. Not the case elsewhere, so we'll talk about it. Stay with us.
Before hurricane season hits, it's time to prep your home. Familiarize yourself with where your water shutoff valve is located. If backflow prevention devices are installed, get them tested annually.
Those are some great tips, and Cool Today is here to help you weather the storm. For over 60 years, we've been here to help Floridians with their cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. We can help you prepare, protect, and repair your home. Call 888-40-TODAY.
I was driving when a Ford pickup truck barreled into me from behind, sending me to the hospital.
I knew my husband was going to need an excellent attorney, so I called Dan Newland.
I'm so glad my wife called Dan. Dan really fought for me. He won my case and got me $650,000.
If you've been involved in a car accident, allow me to fight for you. Call me now at 813-888-8000.
Thanks, Dan, for winning my husband's case.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. You need quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We do have some weather elsewhere across the U.S. One of those locations is Boulder, Colorado. Beautiful town. I think at about 9,500 feet above sea level, something like that, Summit County. So yeah, it's up there, no doubt. So, and you could see little shimmy and shake in the camera, right?
Shaking about. Ooh,
shaking
we got a
about.
spin, too.
Look at that.
A little shake and a little spin.
A little shake and bake here.
Wow.
So high wind warning in place over a large portion of the Intermountain West and in through the Plain States. You know, it's I was talking about Billings a lot lately because Billings, Montana was warmer than Jacksonville was.
Oh, wow.
Last couple of days, right? So, and now you've got high wind warnings through portions of Idaho, into Washington State. It looks like practically all of Montana.
Yeah.
And then sections of Utah.
Yeah,
and Wyoming, Colorado, the Dakotas.
Yeah.
So a lot going on out west.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that many states highlighted under a high wind warning.
Right.
And my fiance's family, they're in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which I see it's extended down there.
Yeah.
Very pretty. But, his dad's always like, why is it so windy all the time? And I'm like, well, that's, especially this time of year. But to see a high wind warning for that many states, I mean, that's really impressive.
You have like 8 or 9 states including in that. So, that's a lot going on. Certainly. So, again, our sister station in Colorado spoke to people about how they're preparing for power outages. Let's take a look how they're prepping.
As the wind blows in Boulder, some are stocking up.
We got lighters for candles and the gas stove.
To batten down the hatches.
We're going to fill the bathtub with water. Yeah, for the toilets. We got down blankets. We got 4 bags of ice to fill our cooler.
But others may just be hoping for the best.
Are you charging any extra batteries or anything?
Not at this point, no.
Do you think you should?
Probably, yeah.
With 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Wednesday's forecast, the decisions on how to prepare or what should stay open can be tricky.
What are we going to do? Where are we going to sleep? What are we going to eat?
To help parents plan, Boulder Valley Schools decided they'd stay open Wednesday, with only 1 school in the shutoff zone.
Our goal is always to keep schools open and operating. There's a lot of things going on there. This week is finals week for our high school students. We have students that depend on us for services. If they don't have warm food to eat, a warm place to stay, our schools are, the center of our community.
While parents can decide to keep their kids home for an excused absence, the overall decision still has to come hours before the wind really begins.
Trying to see into that future. That is hard. There's a chance that we wake up in the morning and the situation's changed and we have to make a different call.
At the same time, CU Boulder decided to close school Wednesday, leaving at least 1 researcher hoping for home Wi-Fi.
My job is going to be remote tomorrow. We're kind of trying to figure out what's going on. It's still kind of like, well, we're either closed for 3 days or we're closed for nothing.
But many Boulderites are focused on the bigger reason behind the shutoff.
Because again, we don't want fire, so if we have to go without, power for a little bit, that's fine. Yeah, I think it's better to be safe than sorry.
All right, as is usually the case. All right, so U.S. power outage map. Here, take a look at some of the outages in the Pacific Northwest, elsewhere as well. Colorado, I can't see the numbers.
Yeah,
on there.
I know the numbers are hard to see.
70,000 in Colorado are out of power.
Wow.
Let's move up to Idaho, and 50,000 there as well. Let's head on up to Montana. 70,000 there. So
I love how Bruce is reading it for us.
Exactly.
Both of us can't see very well.
And Oregon, drum roll please. 120,000 out in Oregon.
With the red, it would be
that's
more.
a lot, yeah. And up into Washington State, that's triple digits too. 210. Washington State is the big winner. That's not something you want to win.
Well, it makes sense because if we look at our handy dandy map here showing the wind gust, Montana over in Billings, they have a 53-mile-per-hour wind gust that's forecast. Now, James, earlier I saw a 61-mile-per-hour gust. I mean, when we think winds here, we often think of tropical storm force winds. 39 miles per hour goes up to 73. So these winds, they could easily be tropical storm force winds. Of course, it's not a tropical system, but I'm trying to give everybody
that same sort of scale, right? It was something that we could equate it to here.
Yes, exactly.
And again, those winds are still robust in Billings. Looks like that's kind of the center of the wind belt here from Montana down to Wyoming into
that
portions
fuchsia
of
contour
yes.
for everybody watching. You want to look where that fuchsia color is. That's where they're having the strongest winds.
Yes, also known as purple.
Yeah. To the guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Plain old purple.
Exactly. We're not as dialed in, so we need a handicap. Anyway, as we move into the overnight hours into early Thursday morning, you can see that the wind belt, that purple color south of Bismarck and north of Denver, continues to spread a little off to the east. Look at that. Look at that band of heavy winds really kind of elongate.
Moving into Iowa
on
toward
Thursday.
the Great Lakes. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, so we're going to take another quick break.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be back with much more. We're going to wrap up our forecast and let you know what we can expect over the next couple of days. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I was involved in a very bad car accident. Called attorney Dan Newland, and it was like 1, 2, 3. Dan really got it done for me. At the end of my case, he got me $525,000.
As one of the largest personal injury law firms in the United States, my team and I remain committed more than ever to win big on your case. Involved in a car accident? Let's get started. Call me at 813-888-8000.
Thank you, Dan, for winning my case.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. Unique quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
With a fresh new look and over 60 years of keeping Floridians comfortable, Cool Today is the name to trust for fast same-day service. Cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Our friendly expert technicians take the hassle out of home repair today. And Cool Today is here for you tomorrow, too. That's why we're introducing a parts and labor warranty on select AC systems for a lifetime. For cooling, plumbing, or electrical service, get the best from today and for years to come. Cool Today.
All right, welcome back. We are taking you live out to Sunday River Ski Resort in Maine. It's empty now, but it was very busy this weekend. Beautiful shot there. And yeah, more than 300 people dressed in Santa costumes hit the slopes.
There they are.
Oh,
Ho, ho, ho.
oh that's cute.
Look at this, isn't that great?
Oh, I love it. Now, this is the resort's 25th annual Santa Sunday fundraiser.
Sunday fun day.
Yeah. According to the resort, this year's event raised $10,000 for 2 nonprofit organizations. I mean, that is just cute and cool.
Yeah, and it looks like all those Santas can ski pretty well.
Shredding Santas.
Exactly, exactly. So it's pretty cool. So you saw the live shot. It wasn't very busy because
What's that, a reindeer?
Something like that. At 4:51, the sun is down in Maine.
Yeah.
So unless you want to go night skiing, which they do have, a lot of purists and traditionalists don't really like to ski at night. So that's why it's not so busy right now.
Are you a purist?
No, I like night skiing. It's a cheaper lift ticket. Lift tickets have gotten crazy expensive.
Yeah, we used to go to the Poconos when we were younger,
Yeah.
and we would go all day, morning to
right.
sunset. But at sunset time, it was cool,
like
because it has all the lights. And,
right, they would sell a twilight lift ticket after 1 o'clock, like from 1 to 7 or something like that. But yeah, I took skiing as a gym class. It was, I think, a quarter or half credit in college. It was great. So I got my parents to pay to send me to go ski. It's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
It's not bad, right? If you can get away with it. All right, so snowfall forecast here, and there it is. You can see that the snow, the heavier snow, locked up into Canada. That is that purple or quasi-fuchsia color. And then as we move further to the south, that snow forecast a little more stingy, 1 inch to 2 inches, maybe a little bit more in portions of upstate and western New York. However, there's snow on the ground in New York City, in New Jersey, in Pennsylvania, and Long Island from the last snow this past weekend, where portions of that area got 8 inches.
Yeah, my mom's Ring camera.
Yeah.
The next day, I looked and I was like, oh, everything looks so pretty, and
Right.
And then by day 2 or 3, it's like okay,
Right.
it's all slushy and dirty.
And now it's going to be washed away because they're going to get 1 inch or 1.5 inches of rain.
Yeah,
That front that's
it.
going to bring us rain is going to really hammer them
Yeah.
with 1 inch or 1.5 inches of rain.